We've got ignition, 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another edition of Mouthpiece Included. Today's topic, Supermax deals, big max contracts. Who's worthy? And what's your metric? What should the metric be? The NBA has its metric. We're going to take a look at who's previously qualified and how that's worked out, for the teams, for the fan base, business, and for the individual player. It's a touchy topic because we're going to do a bit of pocket watching here. But let's go ahead and do some pocket watching. So if you guys could do us a favor while we run like these 2 minutes of videos we're going to run, please like, share, subscribe. If you don't mind, take the time to go ahead and post this on your various social media. We're going to get you in and out within like 40 minutes total because we do need to bear down here shortly. We've got some great topics lined up for you today, some hot political topics, which we'll touch on. So big ups to production for doing what they do as always. So bear down. Please like, share, subscribe, comment.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I asked everybody who they thought was going to win the NFC North. Look at the picture under Sal Paolantonio's name. He's going with
a team that is known as the Bears.
The Bears. Why?
I am going with the Chicago Bears because I like what their new general manager's done in terms of their front seven. Their front seven is going to be a far more active front seven on defense. I like the way Justin Fields has really developed as a dual threat quarterback who can win from the pocket. But when he is running, he's a really scary quarterback running outside the numbers. He is fearless. He is tough. And I think he is in the MVP conversation. The Bears have a good foundation in place.
You know what? I want to ride with my man Sal. Cindy, change my pick. Give me the Bears.
The Bears. We're going to take the North and never give it back.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm in my local Ralph's, and this happened.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands.
Man, why do they keep the honey around here? Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of
Cheese
girls?
Al. Who wants cheese head?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
The Bears. I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a...
Bring a towel. When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel. Okay. Thanks, Tally. You want to get high? No.
In the building. All right. I'm going to get ready to lift off here. Scotty Pippen. All right, y'all. Y'all know where we at, what we do. Let's get the mic over here. TN, TATN, Silverbacks are black. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included, a place where we simply talk politics, which is a fusion, reduce volume, producers in my ear, which is simply a fusion of sports and politics. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie, and anyone that can hear my voice could be a co-host. Just pull up. Who knows? Maybe one day Michael Jeffrey Jordan himself will pull up. Wouldn't that be fancy? But this is 9 Millie, one of the co-hosts. Thanks for your presence, as always. Today we're tackling a topic that's probably as controversial as it is fascinating. These NBA Supermax deals. These lucrative contracts are the holy grail for, quote, elite, end quote, players, offering a staggering 35% of the team's salary cap. I guess it's like the QB in the NFL, with an 8% escalator each year. Big bucks. But with great power comes great responsibility out there. And not every star seems to shine bright enough to own such a deal. This morning's episode, we're going to be exploring that criteria, the criteria that make that player eligible for a Supermax deal. We'll go ahead and analyze the impact these deals have had on team dynamics and salary caps, and debate the burning question: who's truly worthy? What's your metric? We'll examine the cases of the NBA's finest and decide if they're Supermax material. So grab your stats, your opinions, your bums, because your opinions are bums. They all stink. You better believe it. So grab your bums, your opinions, and let's get ready to pocket watch. Wish I had a pocket watch out there. I had to get a pocket watch now that I'm older. Look sophisticated. But we're going to get ready to pocket watch out there. Also, we'll also give our takes on some weekly hot topics. And of course, we picked a major booger of the week for you. Oh yeah, big booger. FGB. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, as Tally says, don't forget to bring them out. You want to get high? Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. The link is pinned in the chat for anybody who still's got the balls and you know, can debate. Go ahead and pull up. If you prefer to, you know, sit back and armchair mouthpiece, that's fine too. All right, let's go ahead and get Jackie Robinson's finest. He's the primetime Deion Sanders of Chicago Southside Ute baseball. I mean, his son is like Shedeur Sanders out there, ripping the ball and pitching and all types of stuff, and hooping. I hear he's quite the hooper out there, which, you know, of course, warms my heart out there. What up, fella?
Just concentrate more on being so tiny this year. He put the school's hoop squad down. I'm like, what?
Saw that contract.
Yeah, he said $700 million. Who gives a damn about shooting the basketball? You know, hey, you gotta go with the talents you got, man. So
Hey.
What you want me to do?
Hey. I did the total opposite. You know what I mean? I quit baseball, and had I had a dad in the picture like you, you know, day-to-day picture like that, it would have been like, you ain't quitting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, that's all the crapshoot. You know, whether you're gonna get the $700 million, you're gonna get the max contract from the NBA. You know, it's all the crapshoot. You're just working, I believe, just to have fun. So, you know, have fun, kid, and go to college.
College, yeah, man. Yeah.
Whatever works out for you, it works out for you. And, you know, all I can do is pray.
Bro, I think when I was in college, we had such good intramural teams, man. I could have got me an NIL team with like Garcia's Pizza or something like that. You know what I mean? Give me $25 a week and some pizza. And that's my NIL.
Right, especially when we had the show back then. You know, like they had such access to all these platforms now. Man, we could have been running the show every week.
Oh man.
We could have cranked that thing up to, you know, millions of dollars. But hey, we were put on the earth at this time, as our time for our time, and you know, now it's your youth's time, and hopefully they do with it. With what guy,
Oh
gives
yeah,
them.
because I have reason to believe this type of access may or may not have landed one in the penitentiary. So,
Most
God
definitely.
definitely has a plan. So let's go ahead and hop to it, bro. Today's topic is NBA Supermax deals. Who's worthy? What's your metric? Plus hot topics. How about them socks, man? Now there's some rumor. I don't know where this is coming from. All of a sudden, I'm like,
Making moves.
Cashville socks. So they're gonna, or are they gonna take that shithole stadium with them? What's going on there, fella? But seriously, what's going on?
If the deal's right, the Sox might be going to Nashville.
Why?
I don't think Reinsdorf would do it. I think he'd have to sell the team. He'd have to put a deal together, sell the team, and give Nashville the right to the Sox.
But I'm saying, why are they losing money in Chicago? Are they what's the benefit of going to Cashville?
I don't think they're making money, so I don't know. People go to the game sporadically, but it's not that.
We don't care about the White Sox.
Yeah, it's just a bad product.
Right.
You put a bad product, who's going to go out there and see it? Plus, like you said, it's a
shithole stadium.
Shithole stadium, and you don't have the neighborhood built around it like the Cubs or the North Side is doing,
or like the Lakers have done here. They're basically in Skid Row, but they created everything around it, like over here in Inglewood. They created everything around it. Now,
I was amazed.
Down around, right.
Driving down the street from I don't know what it's called now. I think it's still the Staples Center, and seeing.
It's something else. It's something else. One of the homies just told me too. But go ahead. It ain't. But it's always gonna be Staples. But it ain't Staples.
Yeah. And seeing that the unhoused situation right down the street from the stadium, but you got all the stadium and all these statues of former Laker greats.
It's crypto.com. So I think the Crips might have something to do with it.
Crips got it.
Yeah. It's crypt.com. Go ahead, bro.
Snoop is a part owner of the Lakers.
Snoop.
That's what's up. That's got Bezos in the building.
Oh boy, he's gonna be on JF1's ass today. He's got his military rag on. I'm concerned.
He don't think Pookie can do it.
Pookie. Hey, but these are I mean, is this serious? Are y'all taking this serious? This move to Cashville for your White Sox, bro? No. I mean, this is hurting my heart, and I'm a Cub fan.
No, he did. That's just capping. Where you see all these teams doing this now, where they want to get like new stadiums and things like that. So they got to try to
scare
the shit out of the public, so we can agree to pay some high ass taxes.
Even the Bears, look at them. They bought that property out there. Now they can't come to an agreement with them over how to fund it. So now they looking for other options. So
they're going to be where we said they should have been. Well, at least me on the southeast side over there, right off the lakefront. You know what I mean? And to your point, Ace, you could build the infrastructure around it so that people feel safe when they go over there and run the metro trains right into that bitch.
The problem is the same people. That ain't gonna happen either, bro. It's the problem is those same people that messed up the damn
Lucas Museum,
man. The same
Friends of the Park.
Like, how do you get them that much?
Who messed it up? What do you mean?
Friends of the Park.
They stop that Lucas Museum from being made, man. That thing was all said and done.
Oh I remember, bro. I remember reading about it and everything. So that's not gonna happen. I remember I was still living in Chicago when it was. Wow.
They built it. They built it somewhere else.
They built it somewhere else.
Wow.
Started building it. Yeah, because of them. They got how did they got that power? They shouldn't have no power like that over stuff that gets made in this city. Come on, got more power. They got more power than we do.
Go ahead, Ace.
They were blocking the Obama library for years. I mean, because it's on park land. So I don't know who.
Well, the park land was not supposed to be used for private. Okay, I get it, but over there where I'm talking about where the stadium is, that was already private land, so they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, they don't
So
want
the
to build off
lakefront was supposedly in Chicago, designated for the people, you came. That's why if you notice, ain't no homes on it until you get out there to Evanston. Then you can have a backyard, be the lake. But no, and like here in LA, Malibu, I can't get to 80% of the coast because somebody happens to own that property, which I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I hear that's why they're doing it, because otherwise the rich people would take over all that shit. But a museum is for public use. You know what I'm saying? A stadium is for public use pretty much. So I don't know.
They could have made some kind of an agreement where, look,
Facts.
okay, you're taking
Facts.
this thing.
Facts.
We'll make a park here.
Facts.
Fully funded.
Facts.
All of the money that museum was going to bring to the man, just ridiculous.
Man, that Lucas Museum was. I remember reading about like the specs and all that. I'm like, wow, this is going to be huge for the city. Y'all telling me this ain't going to happen?
And eventually sold Lucasfilms to Disney. So that was an en route for Disney to bring their
money
amusement to the area. But hey, friends of the park said no.
Well, we got to push on. So LA inks the Asian Babe Ruth. I'm not going to try to say its name. Me and Ace were kind of discussing it backstage. And I want you guys to talk about it. I gave Ace my take, but I'll wait to hear from you guys. But, I'm going to juxtapose it as well. For instance, LeBron James, just from hooping, he's earned $482 million throughout the course of his 75-year career, whereas Shohei is going to get $700 million just over 10 years. So what are you guys' thoughts on that before we push past baseball?
Well, it's a little bit deceiving because he's really not getting. He's getting it's like around like 500, and then the rest is kind of like the way they did it is like deferred, kind of like Bobby Bonilla's contract. That contract he got, so he's still going to get it, but it's
you saying like Magic, where you're getting paid after you retire
over a
or whatever
course of time, right? He ain't worth it. No player in baseball is worth that damn much money, man. You can't pay no dude $750
That's what they said.
$1 billion.
But if he was some sort of Pookie, you guys would be, well, maybe not you, Diesel, but if he was black, Ace would be all down for the contract.
Yeah, he's not black.
Yeah, even if he was black, he ain't worth that. No. I mean, what is the only player
that's what I said,
being
not
worth
Diesel.
that is if he's hitting like what? If he's hitting like 350 every year with at least 35 to 40 homers.
Well, here's what I'm saying. If you look at his numbers, if you just look at his position playing numbers in today's money, he would garner probably at least $40 million from some team. Now, if you look at his Cy Young, flirting with Cy Young money, that's another 50 he would probably garner. So the agent probably said, look, I'm giving y'all a deal with the 70 million.
No, they overpaid him to get him with that 70 million. His pitching days are over for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
His pitching days is over. He had to have that Tommy John, so he ain't gonna be pitching at least probably for another. Not this season coming up, maybe the following season.
No, he'll be pitching next. This modern medicine, man. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He's got an Achilles and he's out there dancing a jig on 75th and Colfax.
He may be dancing, but he ain't playing no football.
That's steroids.
That's what I said. And I'm not saying LeBron is on steroids either, but I'm not saying any of that.
That's what Kevin Garnett said. I don't know what he's on, but give me some of that new. Man, my gosh, this guy's running around at 40 years old like he's 25.
But you can see, but you can't see the age with LeBron. He don't even be jumping sometimes.
Don't be jumping. He just like is out there. He out there playing, and then he do little spurts.
Yeah,
he do little spurts. Like I'm gonna play real hard on these next couple of minutes, and it make it look like I'm really doing.
Well, he's playing in the rules that were set up for him.
That was set up for him. And he's old man gangster. When you get older, Ace, and you're savvy out there, you might not be 20 no more on the street ball, but you can old man gangster some plays.
Plus, they're never going to call it.
Right.
Man, listen, if I'm another team, I'm playing the Lakers. It's easy to beat them.
Run up and down?
Run up and down is one thing. Yeah. The main thing you got to do is put elbows and play tough on Anthony Davis. He is gonna get hurt. It's an easy thing. Like, look, you don't even have to play
and make
like
LeBron shoot the three.
Play D like they did in the 90s. You don't even have to do the 80s. just like the 90s on Anthony Davis, he gonna get out the game. He won't finish the season. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's simple. It's simple.
Yeah.
Because once he's gone, LeBron ain't gonna play hard the whole game to try to win games. He just can't.
40 years old.
Yeah, 40, 41. All right, but Ace, I'm gonna throw it to you to start out. Jumping to the NBA, y'all. We're gonna get to talking about these NBA max deals real quick. LeBedresse. Without Zach LeBedresse, I think the Bulls went on a 4-game run, and Kobe White's been balling.
Balling out.
Yeah. You guys got any commentary on this? I mean, you guys are local.
We can't get rid of LeBedresse. I mean, that's the problem. You know, these guys are getting opportunity of not throwing the ball into a black hole or a kindergartner's aspect of NBA basketball. So, you know, they're moving the ball around. You know, you got ball movement, you got movement to the hoop, and you just got another guy just standing out there dribbling, shooting 3-pointers. So, you know, hold on.
You mean they're running the system we figured out in at Impy in the 90s, Ace?
Yeah, just move the ball around and get the ball to your player that are going to the hoop or that's wide open and you're straight. So that's the basic concept of what they're doing to win, and you know they're winning, and they can't get rid of this guy in this max contract that they chose to sign last season. So yeah.
All right, Diesel, you're high yellow, and I think you had a pension because there was a lot of high yellow people at Simeon. I don't know where y'all got all them high yellow people in the heart of the city. But, you know, I think you were a sympathizer of this guy early on in his career. You were the bed rest guy, weren't you? Early when we got him?
No, I just say he can, when he's on, he can put up points like a superstar. His question is he gets hurt and his defense.
Sounds like a 6-man to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he don't play D, and he tends to get hurt. Alex Caruso plays D, but he's always hurt. I mean, he gets hurt
again.
He's hurt every couple of games. So, but Levine, don't get overzealous. They done won 4 in a row, but they really didn't beat nobody. If you look at the teams they beat, but they NBA teams,
you're right. They didn't beat any playoff type caliber teams yet.
You don't want to downplay them too much because it's still NBA teams that they're beating. But
they're right there in the 9th seed again, flirting with the 9th seed. Oh my God! Last 3 seasons, Miami is still there. The same damn teams fighting over this damn play-in spot.
I like Kobe White being more aggressive, as if like. His mindset kind of like, man, I'm like a star on this team. His problem still is he doesn't I don't like when he goes to the basket because quite frankly, man, he's always off balance. My fool don't have no good balance and he's not a real good finisher at the rim. So he's like, man, just stay out on the perimeter. Don't go toward the hole because
he's probably high on the autism scale.
And if you pressure him still when he's like, when they got him trying to play point, just keep him as the 2. Because when he tries to play point, he's still a turnover waiting to happen. But I'll give him credit for his aggressive play. In terms of offense, he's looking more controlled and focused offensively than he has before.
Well, he's got to have some kind of dual threat. I mean, if you know that's all he's going to do is shoot. Come on, man. He's easy to defend, but even if he goes to the hoop and throws up some crap, at least you got to look at it every now and again. He might blow past me and pass or get a layup. So, No,
he just look like he look like he gonna get hurt because he don't know how to take contact, and it's always, man, he almost looks like he jumps off the wrong foot sometimes.
He's a North Carolina kid. He's all right.
But I give it to him. At least he looks like he's more aggressive offensively than he has been before.
Yeah, let's trade the LeBedresse for a bag of beans or whatever the hell we can get for him and get his contract off the books and start.
Well, that's what. Speaking of a bag of beans, you got Big Porn in New Orleans. He's been putting on weight since I saw him in the summer league. I don't know what's going on there, but he was doing better with in the offseason than he is now. What's his name? The big guy. You guys haven't been as high on him, from Duke. I love the kid. I'd bring in Big Porn and trade him for Levine because I think both because nobody seems like they want either player. So I
you
think
talking
this
about
would be
Zion?
Zion, big Zion, yeah, big porn.
There's no way they'll trade Zion for Zach LaVine.
Man, I don't know, bro. They are
No, you could trade. Hey, you could trade him because
they are really low on Zion right now, bro.
However many years he's been in the league, and you still ain't figured out how to keep your weight down. He ain't even kept his weight down for a season. I can see if you like.
That's what I'm saying.
Weight down.
Yes. No, he gets fat. He's get fatter during the season. That's what I'm saying.
When you got virtually impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, man.
So you got to be like, F the team. It's something going on. Like he don't respect. Or I don't know. But listen, I'm willing to take him. I throw in LaVine. You could take shithole Vukovic. You could take Caruso. You could take whatever you want. I would sit his big ass. I would give him an apartment on O Block.
I'm not giving away Vooch for no any part of that deal. You could take LaVine, Caruso, because he's always hurt.
Vooch, you can have Vooch. Vooch is smoking cigarettes in the locker room. I know those Europeans.
Get you 20 and 10 though. Now he can smoke. And
secondhand smoke's not good.
Yeah, but Zion, he ain't gonna get you 20 and 10, and he gonna be eating Big Macs and Happy Meals and everything at halftime. He's not gonna care. So.
Well, I seen that team. I seen that team play live. They got a bad offense, and I don't know how. I don't know how it fit in here because basically when they come down the court, they just give them the ball and get out of the way. So I don't think that's what the Bulls would be looking to do, unless he can assimilate to what they're doing as far as ball movement. And I don't think they'd go after Zion.
Man, listen. Y'all missing the whole point. I would trade to get rid of LaVine and get off his contract. You could give me Ray Pookie off 77th and Colfax that's out there hooping with his shirt off at the local YMCA. This is what I'm saying. I want to move off LaVine's contract.
Yeah, sure.
And if I can get Zion on top of it and take a flyer, I mean, what's the worst case scenario, right?
Because if you take Zion, you just acquired LaVine's contract for somebody who want to eat until they burst. No, man. That's the same thing.
We're going to get him a chef here and control his meals and
move him on O Block and let him see what poverty is.
You don't think them people in New Orleans have been trying that since he got in the league?
But
that's all they've been
But
trying
they don't
to
respect. Something's wrong there. There's a disconnect. Just like when people say Justin might need another place. He just might need another situation.
Yeah.
That's you know what? See, Justin's thing is different.
So he's not a big fat. He's not a big fat ass.
This dude is something directly that he can control. Which is basically none.
Easy now. he may not be able to control that.
Wait a minute, man.
Right.
Might be a disability.
Easy. Right.
Well, you would think it's something that's non-sport. That's what you intake.
Bro, he was in shape. I told you, I saw him in some league. My brother would tell you. So I'm like, how the hell did he get bigger after the season started? Bro.
It's virtually impossible. It's impossible. Yeah.
He busting out of his shoes like the Hulk can do.
He got to be eating during practice. Like they saying it's virtually impossible. He's got to be eating while they're doing drills, bro. It's something wrong with the organization. But like I said, I'd take a flyer on him, give him a second chance. Because what's the worst that can happen? He's coming off that deal. I hear you about his deal. But hey, I just want LaVine out of here. I want LaVine out of here.
Listen, because his deal is more than Zach's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if his deal, if you could do it,
is it more than Zach's?
Yeah, I think
Zach's
it was.
getting $45 million a year. No,
yeah, Zach.
Yeah,
well, max deal.
Well, and my man's still on his rookie deal.
No, ain't he on a max? He got like a max deal.
A max extension, but not yet. He didn't get
So
but it's similar. It's similar.
Be,
but Zach getting $45 million this year. That's why nobody won his ass because of the high amount he's getting paid.
And I don't think nobody with Zion. I mean, teams are more likely to take a Zach LaVine, whose thing is just how he performing on the court. You know what you're gonna get.
I know what you're saying. At least he's working out.
It's not. His work ethic or whatever ain't the question. It's just what his skill set can do. Zion's question is, well, what's your work ethic to make you better? Because we know what you can do talent-wise. But you ain't
Zion
trying
might
to
be
do it.
playing the wrong sport, man. Zion look like he might be out 3-tech we missing, Ace.
He signed a 5-year, $197 million contract. Annual salary average $39 million a season.
See, and then pull up
It's
Levine's.
close. It's
and,
close to Zach's.
Yeah.
Levine's. So all right, let's push forward. So I just want to do you guys last week. The Bears didn't play, but as far as Bears predictions, we want to get these thoughts on the game today. Basically just predict the score. We kind of know, but what you got for Zach's contract, Ace?
5 years, $215 million, $43 million a season.
Yeah, so like you said, about the
close.
same. Yeah, they're close. That's what I'm saying. You know, shit, I'll give him a Happy Meal when he signs up. And here's some, some coupons.
McDonald's
we got
coupons.
McDonald's corporate. Yeah, you
Here's
can
the
live
app.
life.
Give me your phone. We're gonna put the app on your phone.
Messing
Yeah,
with
we're
that
gonna put
Mickey
that.
D's.
You get free McDonald's as long as
He
you
going straight to Portillo's, Giordano's, all of that stuff.
Oh, I can
He
see
ain't
him at
messing around.
Giordano's. Oh man, you better keep
Pizza,
Zion.
pizza. They're the nice in New Orleans.
Hey, you know how what was your boy name, mate? They should find him in the closet free basing when he played for the Bulls. They be looking
for Sidney Green.
Quentin Davis.
Quentin Davis. Remember, he'd be missing for weeks
Davis.
and then come back and bust your ass. Man, look, they'll find him in the closet eating burgers. Like, where's Zion? We can't find him. He be that motherfucker eating burgers. Man.
Check his apps. Check his apps. Oh, he's got a delivery coming from Portillo's again.
Right.
Leave that young man alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I think y'all over exaggerating.
Y'all are. I think the world is. I think that the world is, and if he has a weight issue, we should have more sensitivity about it. And that's that's what I'm ashamed. Like we're having fun, but these major sports pundits need to be a bit more responsible because there's a lot of people who seriously have glandular issues or psychological issues that lead to
thyroid. Yeah,
and I believe though, if he did have one of those, where it's something out of his control with his weight. They would have came out and said it. I'm sure they examined him already for that type of stuff.
No, he likes to lay up with and watch porn and eat burgers. That's what's happening. He's young. He's young. He don't realize I got a job. Like
the word coming from that you hear is that it's not something medically with his body.
No, it's mental.
It's him.
Yes.
It's just him, not
it's
Karen.
Psychological. Yes.
Right. Yes. Oh, okay. It's been reported he has a weight clause in his contract
where he don't get the full max.
Oh boy!
The sum of his weight and body fat percentage must be below 295. If it is not, the amount of guaranteed money in Williamson's contract can be
not
reduced.
Fully get. Yeah, it can't. He might not get as much guaranteed. Yep.
Wow.
And that was on that extension because they already knew he wasn't doing right. Yeah.
Shit, he came in. Like I said, my brother would tell you, man, I wish he was on here, man. I was like, look at Zion. I even told y'all, I'm like, man, Zion is shape, man. He was engaged at the game, but I guess he fell off. I mean, if it's a drug, man, we live in America, bro. We got some of the best restaurants here, and he's rich.
Well, to that point of you talking about New Orleans, I'm sure when he was training in the off season, it wasn't in New Orleans, and maybe
good food out of New Orleans, right?
Yeah, get him out of that city and that environment, and with a trainer or with a chef or whatever, helps him as far as his weight condition is concerned.
There's a crawfish shortage in New Orleans ever since he's been there. But they can't even get no minnows out of it. They like, this nigga's eat everything out of this shit.
Shuck him, eat him raw. Yeah.
He ain't even going to the restaurant. He diving right in and going to the bottom of the fucking wherever they pulling that shit out of.
Leave that kid alone. I think it's his time with the during the season he can only chill with his OnlyFans girlfriends and baby's mamas. So
we'll leave him alone. All right, we'll leave him alone. He is a kid. All right. Booker of the week. First we got to do our Bears prediction. So I want you guys to score. Who's gonna win today and what's the score?
Bears 28-24.
I'm gonna say Bears. I feel it in my heart. 24-21. Diesel.
I'm going 26-24, and either way, either team can win by that score. I don't know which one, but I think it's going to be 26-24. It can go either way. I think Detroit is overrated.
Now, you know we can't credit you for you're 8-4 right now with your Bears prediction. So I don't want you coming around next week like I picked this and that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Right.
I said it can go either way.
All right,
either way.
All right. Well, either way, you won't get an L and you won't get a W.
I don't need one. I just think it's going to be like a 26-24 score. And because I think Detroit's overrated, they get a lot of credit from stuff after watching them. I'm like, nah, there's a way that you can get
they've given up almost as many points as we have this season. But they've scored 100 more points than us. So yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get all those calls that they get since we're playing at home.
No, we won't. The Bears don't get calls. Yeah, no. We ain't never getting no calls.
Speaking of calls, did you see that pass interference at the end of the FGB game?
Last week, that's what I'm saying. We don't get stuff like that, man. Like I don't even want, man. In fact, we're supposed to be doing a show on that, and I keep forgetting, man. It's something going on with the NFL and the Bears, in my opinion.
And that pass interference in that Packers Chiefs game, and they didn't call it. The dudes
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what he talking about.
That's the one you talking about. Yeah, they said that crew, that officiating crew for that game, they said they did the same thing. Like the week before, it was another game they refed, and they blew a pass interference. I forget what two teams were playing, and they said it was like blatant obvious.
Yeah, so, somebody's got to be investigated.
Somebody's on the tape. Yeah, it's gambling.
Yeah, bets in Vegas.
Somebody had a parlay, right?
That was game. That was a blatant pass interference on national television, and whoever didn't call that obviously had money on the game.
And you can easily, you know what I noticed? You can throw a flag, just like you know how they do review on scoring plays. It's automatic, right?
Yeah.
You could throw the flag and then go conversate. Yeah, conversate with the
and
other
pick it up and say,
and get like one of those quick calls from the booth. Yeah, that was pass interference. Okay, and they'll stay with it. Or you can talk with them. That wasn't no pass interference. They can do it low key, like they be doing,
or say it was an inadvertent flag. I've seen that too.
Yeah,
but if you don't throw it, that was blatant.
If you don't throw it, you can't like wait and change your mind after the play is over and say, "Oh, that was a pass interference." Right. Nah, you got to throw it.
Well,
you got to throw it.
Well, for quarterback of the week last week, as much as it hurt my heart, on the one hand, he is a brother somewhat. On the other hand, he's a cheese. But I went with Ray Love. I gave Ray Love quarterback of the week. He's been under a lot of duress. They beat, Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
And, Ray Love. And he had a good game.
Yeah. I'm going with Tua.
He's been doing better. Like his last 4 or 5 games, he's really kind of picked it up. I guess you can go with him. I don't even know which other ones had good games last week.
I'm going with Tua. They beat the hell out of the Commanders so bad they had to take him out of the game.
Nice.
Oh, if they did, then I'm going with Tua. I ain't watched much of that game.
He only had 2 touchdowns, but my gosh. 45-10. I mean, they fired a defensive coordinator, but my goodness.
It's just when you're a cheesehead and you're a black man, it's tough. It's almost like a black cop. You know what I mean? There's some good black cops out there, and it's hard for me to hold it against you that you're a cop and you're a black man just like me. Depending on how you know what I'm saying. And
how you move,
yeah, the cheese. So that's it was tough picking him, but I like what Ray Love has been doing the last few games.
Okay.
But Booger of the week, I'm going with LaDouche. So I don't know if you guys heard LaDouche after winning the meaningless tournament. Did you guys hear his LaDouche's comment? RIP takeoff. Welcome to
Didn't see the game.
Didn't see it.
No, I saw the highlights you sent of him celebrating being the mid-season champion. It looks like him.
All right, here he is.
First in-season tournament, lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. That would never ever be topped, ever.
Hold on.
MVP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Steve.
All right, so here's why. And I had to come to a guy like, do I just not like this guy? The reason he's in here for Booger of the Week, in my mind, had he come out before this tournament and said, man, how much this means to him, he's good at shifting narratives. Now that he's won it, it's the biggest thing since ice cream.
He was downplaying it the whole week.
See,
like,
I didn't even know this.
He was downplaying. So if he lost, he could act like, hey, it's just another game in the regular season. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Now that you won it, now you make it like it's such a big thing.
You made history.
That's what he said.
I co-sign what you call him the Booger of the Week, because my problem with him is it's almost like when you hear people, DJs or in any profession, when they claim themselves to be a legend or the legendary so-and-so. No, that's us to say that. We let the public say that about you. You don't go upon yourself saying who you are. So you're basically trying to build your case to pass Mike with everything you're doing indirectly. That's all you're doing.
But here's it, and he's 41. I'm gonna throw it to you right now. He's 41. Here's what got me. It's hard for me to see Mike after winning 6 chips at this age, carrying on like this. He would probably be more like, hey man, the younger players, this for the younger players, hey, that's something that's good to get us ready for the playoffs or something like that. But we got to get focused back in on the season, and we ain't done nothing. Like, go ahead, Ace. That's what got me.
Just to say you're making history because you won a tournament that the NBA put together, I guess, for you to win. It's asinine. And like you said, as an elder statesman of the league, quote unquote, from your LeBron lovers, that he's the current GOAT, that you will celebrate in such a dramatic fashion winning this particular in-season, whatever
when you got
it was.
Swept out of the playoffs last year.
And we all know the ultimate goal is to win the NBA championship, which is 7 games. This is like, putting a pickup tournament together during the middle of the season and winning that, and you're the MVP of the pickup tournament
on a neutral court.
Yeah, and I just had a lot of problems with the celebration that they had for winning, this NBA Cup, and and how the league dramatized him being such a great player just by winning, this mid-season tournament that they put together just for him, or whoever they want to.
And I'm glad you just said that. When you said the league, that's another thing. Why are you keep saying, as this tournament's going on, even before this week, oh, this is such a great thing for the. That's for us to say.
Correct.
That ain't for you to keep saying. Taking this self-absorption, like you're trying to play these Jedi mind tricks on the public. Yeah. Like this is so great that you need to watch it. No,
because the league might cancel this 2-3 seasons down.
We still don't know what it is.
No, we don't. Because how does it help you? Now let's say they had some other than the players get some more money.
They got 500 stacks.
The further that you get in the tournament.
Winners got 500 stacks.
So outside of that money, let's say you said, well, if you finish this and this and this way, you get an extra game or half game in the standings. You see what I'm saying? Some type of incentive, because otherwise, what is it giving you other than some monetary money? Just to say that you won this, it means nothing.
And I didn't watch none of the crap, which should tell the NBA something, but I want to question him receiving that MVP award and him talking about him making history. This makes him Booger of the Week. He didn't mention the fact that his teammate had 41 points, 22 rebounds in that game that they won, 5 blocks, 5 assists. He didn't even mention that, talking about he made history. Anthony Davis in that game had made history. And to be an elder statesman and to keep douching it up like that is just classic LeBron James.
Yeah.
Classic.
Bring your teammate over and say he deserves the MVP of the damn game. And I understand that. But to say
Didn't
you
even
made
mention him.
history.
Right.
His own self-absorption, and we know it's like it's all about it affects him so bad mentally that there's so many people who think that he ain't better than Mike and nothing he can do to pass.
It ain't nothing he can do to pass. But
exactly.
maybe shut up and dribble at this
if,
point.
If he stayed quiet and played and actually showed a type of humility
to Jordan
maybe
and Kobe,
you would change some of those narratives from other people who don't consider that you can do that. But he doesn't. He just stays the same way, and it's like, okay, dude, you keep doing what you're doing. It ain't gonna change nothing.
All right, let's get to this because go ahead, Ace. Because
I think the narrative is just going to be the same. All of Jordan's lovers are going to be Jordan lovers, and the people that watch Jordan are going to exalt him as the GOAT, and the players that played against him, and the players behind them, and all of LeBron lovers are going to love LeBron, whatever, whoever they are.
Yeah, because they were in the chat saying this is why people love LeBron. I'm like, really?
Yeah, no. I mean, that champagne popping and all that.
Champagne popping. It tripped me out. They popped champagne for this shit, bro. Well, I mean, they won something, so big ups. Let's move on. So real quick, Supermax deal is known as a designated veteran player exception. It allows a team that drafted their player or traded for his rookie deal to re-sign him for a whopping 35% of the team's cap with an 8% escalator clause each year. So it's big money. The reason they did this, in my mind, was to encourage players, franchise players, not to want to go play for the Lakers, not to want to all go play for Miami or whatever, to want to stay where they are, and because they can get more money and it helps some of the smaller market teams, survive. In order to qualify for this, a player must be entering his 8th season or higher in the league. He should have made an all-NBA team any of the 3 years in either season before signing the extension. So it could have been the last season before signing an extension or 2 of the 3 previous seasons. He should also have been NBA MVP at least once in the previous 3 seasons or the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in either the season immediately before signing this extension or 2 of the 3 previous seasons. So just wanted to talk to you guys, like, this whole idea of it, like, who would you give this type of deal to? Now, the league was just using that as a guiding post, but I imagine you can give somebody this max money if you want to give them that max money. It's your pocketbook, but go ahead.
I believe if your team is losing in the first round of the playoffs and you got a player coming up for an extension, there's no way you're going to give him a max deal unless, he's a young player, which he can't be because he's got to be in the league 8 years. He's got to be a face of your franchise. You can't be giving a guy a max deal and then a year and a half or a year later thinking like, man, what a big mistake we made. How can we get this guy out of town? So, I believe they put it in place to control the owners and control the team, where the owners can control themselves. They won't give a guy a $400 million or $700 million deal for him to play on their team for the rest of their careers. So I don't know, man. I just know in this situation a max deal wasn't warranted or needed, and it's just a mistake on the Bulls' part that they're going to have to live with.
So, if I'm correct, if you remember the Birds' rights, and that's what they replaced the Bird rights. So the Players Association agreed to it, and it just basically, because remember that I even think the Players Association did something to the effect of like a rookie cap, right? Where you can't play the rookies as much. That money don't go to the vets, and you get this extension.
It's great for the players.
I mean, it can help the players or it can hurt them. Like Klay Thompson, he got screwed in his last one. Remember, if you look up his contract, he couldn't get the max deal because he didn't end up making all NBA something. So he got whatever level you can get before the max.
Well, good, because he
got hurt. He got hurt too.
He wouldn't be worth it right now either.
He's still in money right now.
Right.
Yeah. So
it worked out.
So yeah, I mean, it's of course, yeah, some people gonna get overpaid because you may pay them when they're either on the downside of their career or they just start performing. The
But
hunger
to
is
your
gone.
point, Diesel and even Aces, but if they're box office, so you mentioned Ace. So for mine, my metric is conference final appearance, either the 2 years before or one of those 3 years, a two-way player, and box office, meaning he's selling tickets. So we use Mike as an example. Had Mike come in the league, never got paired with Pippen and Phil Jackson and and things of this nature. And he was a dog and doing what he's doing and playing both sides. Man, give him max money all day. He's selling jerseys. People are coming to see him. That's a business move. So winning matters, but also
it's not the all end all. It ain't the all end all.
No.
Because we weren't winning. Go ahead, Ace. No, we weren't winning when Mike first came in the league. We started to win.
But he was selling out everywhere he went, even on the road.
We knew he was.
Yes.
It turned everybody's perspective around.
Yes.
That place started selling out.
Yes, even on his road game. So it just created the value with the Bulls.
Created just a mystique. You can go look up a lot of these players who played, whether it was in the 80s or the 90s, and they were like, man, when the Bulls were coming to town, we were like, hey, we gonna play the Bulls.
Yes.
And man, if you had to guard Mike, you were making sure you got a good night's sleep and all of this stuff.
Yeah. Mike was out gambling all night,
So it created a mystique around him, and that's before they start getting to the conference finals, losing to the Pistons or whatever. But we knew
they didn't have a squad.
What was coming. We knew what was coming, and that's where. You don't have to be winning all the time to.
So, to give y'all some quick examples, Dame Lillard, what's the man for Milwaukee? Giannis. The dude for Dallas, from the shithole country. Luka, Chef Curry. So I'm down with Chef Curry. I'm down with the dude from Milwaukee. As far as and even if they wanted to get that money to Dame, that's fine. But I wouldn't have, because for me, you got to be a two-way player. You don't have to be defensive player of the year. You got to be playing on both sides of the ball, man. If I'm paying you max money.
Man, for those feeling sorry for Klay Thompson, he only signed for 5 years, $190 million.
Yeah,
well,
he was a two-way player.
He could have got 230 or something if he got the max.
Some more tax money.
So it cost him, But we could do one thing if we ever get enough time where we go sit here, and the same way we would pick our weekly picks and go over all of that stuff.
Yeah.
We could say, hey, we could do it at scale. Like 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. And we could say the 1s is the best or the 5 are the best, however we want to do it. Your 5 stars in the NBA are the people we would choose. Which players would you give them? We pick 5. We give them max deals to, or however many we make as the limit. And we go down. What's your next batch? The 4 stars. What's your next batch? The 3 stars.
Yeah.
And we can kind of do it and say what our reasoning is by picking these
shithole Doncic. I know people that he is box office, so it goes back to Mike. But he did get to a conference final. So I'm not gonna argue about that.
He don't play D. He don't play D.
And he comes in fat, out of shape, and I know he's smoking Newports, cigarettes, and
the difference with him, and he doesn't play D. He still rebounds. Zion doesn't even, man, did you hit, man? He don't even have
5.6 rebounds a game. 5.6. All right, but y'all go ahead with your final words, because Justin Time's about to get there. So go ahead, Diesel.
I'll get mine real quick. 2 things for the final word. Ding's son, did you see him?
Yeah. And I had him on the show run, but we were running long time. But go ahead.
They won their game too. Just keep a look at him. He's a senior too, for Lane Tech. So keep a look at him, because the team ain't too good, but they're okay. But he's a star.
I'm surprised he's playing in the Chicago Public League. Big ups.
Yeah, he's a star. And the other thing was, I know we spoke on Josh Giddey. I believe now.
This legal age was 16. You're
16.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
But we 16. Said weird. It's still. I hear you. they would still be talking about it if that was Pookie Giddy and he was running around with a 16-year-old and posted
I
on
believe
Instagram.
they would too. I believe they would too. But I just wanted to bring that up because I know we talked about it, and
He didn't
that
break
could
no
be
laws, but they're trying to verify if she was 15 or 16. And that's all weird. Just talking about that is weird.
But we didn't. Our thing was we don't care about the guilt or innocence. We care about you talking about it.
That's all. Exploring.
And like you talk
Yeah.
about everybody
That's all.
else who
That's
got an
all.
issue that comes out,
Every
they
Pookie
won't
you
talk
talk
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to protect women, then you should want to protect young girls. Right.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. That's all I got, y'all. I'm out. Catch these games.
Bear down, man. Bear down.
Yes, sir, bear down.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, you know, max contract deals. Just like you said before, they offered Zach LaVine that contract. They should have took it off the table when he wanted to be courted. Go out and let these teams court you. We're negotiating, giving you the most money you can make in the NBA, and to the detriment of our team, especially after you came out of the playoffs and caused yourself hurt or unable to play. So I don't believe he deserves it. The Bulls are going to be suffering with this contract, probably all the way up to the trade deadline. So he's going to be traded for some expiring contracts, some guys that really can't help your squad. So, you know, we'll see what we get out of it next year. Maybe we can get some draft picks or something in addition to whatever underachieving players that we get here in Chicago to get Zach LaVine on another team's
You're going to get more out of
roster.
a Cracker Jack box than you're going to get for him. Go ahead.
So, and we're in a position of how long is he going to be hurt? Is he going to be hurt up until the trade deadline? I don't think he wants to be in Chicago. Chicago doesn't want him. They don't need him. And, you know, let's do whatever it takes to move that contract on to another squad. And, you know, yes, players deserve it. I mean, yes, players deserve to get paid, just like ownership deserves to get paid. But, you know, in certain situations, your general manager or your president of operations has to hopefully be looking toward the future of your squad. And I don't think the Bulls were in this particular situation, bringing back the entire same squad that underachieved last year and didn't make the playoffs. So, you know, max contracts are good for the players. They're good for some owners that may want to overspend or they're billionaires and don't really care about how much they're paying players. But in this situation, it definitely hurt the Chicago Bulls. They won't get the value out of the situation. I think they would have been better off letting them walk and going out in the free agency and finding whoever the hell they wanted to pay. And unfortunately, that's not what they did. So, you know, it is what it is. After this season, if they continue to improve without him, you know, the coaching staff may be able to go in the draft and find us a player next year, or you know, if not, because we're either going to be teetering in the lottery, or they're going to be a mid draft pick anyway. So I believe that the max deal is for certain players, like you said, marquee players, box office players that sell jerseys, marketing for the team, guys that make the situation for the franchise better. And I never saw Zach LaVine being that type of player. Here in Chicago, maybe he can achieve such great heights in another city. We'll see. But he was traded before here from Minnesota. And now it's time for him to move on again to whatever squad that's willing to give something up for him. So,
and Minnesota's balling.
Yeah. They retooled everything, got rid of the bums they need to get rid of, which included Zach LaVine. I mean, not a bum, but you know what I'm saying. A guy that just wasn't going to lead them to the playoffs or a championship. So, too bad, so sad. Players, enjoy your money, whether it's max at $230 million or $190 million. Do the right things for yourselves and your family, and you know, let them franchises figure out what they want to do with the roster. Let's go. Bear down, Chicago Bears.
Hey, and great job when you said you were talking about Yeah, it's like when they talk about the Heat culture, right? They had all those players. They got to the finals, and all those guys were up for money. Pat Riley. One thing about the Heat culture, he even let LeBron leave. Heat culture is we're keeping our flexibility, and we're not locking up a lot of money on bums who aren't going to get us a chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's Heat culture. So, not saying again, Zach LaVine is not a bum. I mean, he's a good player. God bless him and his agent. They got that money. You know, I'm not going to say he didn't deserve it. You can get what you can negotiate, and so big ups. I would be no different as far as that goes, but that's on the Bulls management, organization. You know, any organization that decides that this player is a franchise player when they know in their heart they're not. You know, I have a certain emotional opinion about, say, Zion, but you know, me as the person, if I'm holding the purse strings, I gotta have people around me say, "Look, man, he's eating a burger right now at the contract signing." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's got nacho cheese on his shirt. You know what I'm saying? So like, where you got to really start making these decisions. But I think y'all know where we're going. We got the Bears coming on. So that's all for today's episode of Mouthpiece Included. Our metric for determining a player's worthiness for a Supermax deal goes well beyond their on-court performance. It looks like we've all considered their impact on team success, leadership qualities, and ability to draw fans and generate dollars. Players like Chef Curry, who's led the Golden State Warriors to multiple chips, and earned Yo Mama's MVP honors, exemplify the type of talent that warrants a Supermax contract. In conclusion, while the Supermax deal is a significant financial commitment, it is a testament to a player's value to their franchise and the league as a whole. As we've seen, only a select few reach this level of recognition and reward. As the NBA continues to evolve, so will the criteria and metrics for these lucrative deals, but the essence will remain the same: to honor and retain those players who are truly in a league of their own. Thanks for tuning in today. We hope the show has provided valuable insights into the business of basketball and the factors that should contribute to a player's Supermax status. Trade Zach LeBedresse for Big Porn out of New Orleans right now, in my opinion. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, Big Porn, that's what I'm going to start calling. Please feel free to drop a comment below. Big Porn. Until they need to market that, boy. He'd be right. You know, and he needs to play for Atlanta, and I'd match him up with the Beard. Him and the Beard. They like to eat.
Have a jersey retirement every year at the old Magic City.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, but big ups to all of them. So you guys, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay loyal to the Navy and Orange, Bear Down, FGB, and don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. So, yeah, man, maybe we'll do what Diesel said next week, Ace, as a topic, or, you know, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But
maybe we need to delve into the Ohtani contract and why the brothers getting those $700, $400, $500, $300 million to play in MLB baseball.
Because they can pitch and hit home runs. You know what I mean? That's why.
They can hit the ball. They can run.
If they can't do,
can Ohtani run a 4.240?
No, but you know, he's throwing 100. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that'd be worth. Yeah, that's a discussion. All right, we'll talk about it.
We'll see. Yeah.
And so on Tuesday on Self Love Show, I was under the weather. We couldn't do it like this past Tuesday. But it's 12 fueling certain YouTube platforms. It's 12 fueling certain YouTube platforms. If so, why? That's going to be live Tuesday at approximately 6 p.m. in Chicago. So that's all we got, Ace.
Yeah.
All right. So if you find yourself sliding through the city, you might be out west on Laramie. You might be over east, driving down Stony, headed south. Better keep your head on the swivel. Or you just want to get gas, huh? Just trying to pull up and get some blunts. Better watch your back.
Watch your back.
Better check your six. Better guard your grill. Drop my mouthpiece.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. Guard your grill. And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
And don't forget to bring
TATN. Better guard your grill. Don't forget it. TATN.